Welcome back to the A Plus U podcast brought to you by Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. I'm your host, Danielle.
And I'm your co-host, Amber.
And guess what? We don't have to bundle up anymore.
Because it's warm outside.
Because it's getting warm. No more fake spring.
It's real spring.
It's real spring. No, I say bundle up because we're talking about some... today we're covering some exciting things happening at Affinity Plus.
Yes, new products available to our members. Yes.
Which this kind of makes for a unique episode. A lot of times we are talking about kind of big picture. We're talking about planning, lots of like overall overarching subjects for our members, I would say.
Absolutely. I do think this ties in, though, too, because of
Always.
some of the product features of the BundleUp Checking account align into different things that members are needing, wanting, or emergencies, planning for the future.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah. Introduce our guest, Danielle.
Man, I thought about this and I was like, I didn't ask her how to say her last name. So we're going to do our best. But we've got Marissa Pedginski. Oh, I never get it right. I'm always like, don't ask me.
Well, I've been saying it wrong for years.
That's all right. It's a hard one.
Marissa, you are a senior product manager at Affinity Plus?
Yes, that's right. Excited to be here today.
Awesome.
Tell us what your role is.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So I'm part of our deposit product team, and our team is really there to look for opportunities either to bring new products to our members that can serve them better, or just look for opportunities within our products to make it easier for our members to do their banking here. So really anything related to checking, savings account, money market, CDs, how you interact with those in digital banking, we're there to help support in that.
See, I didn't even know that.
See, aren't you glad we asked?
Yes, exactly. That's awesome. How long have you been at Affinity Plus?
It will be 20 years in September. So a big milestone coming up.
Are you so excited?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know where the last 20 years went. It flew by. So yeah.
So it started when you were 12.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Like I was
All
very
of us
young.
did.
I was very young when I started.
Yes.
Yep.
Love this.
Out of everybody we've had on the podcast, like, has anyone been here less than 10 years?
Yes.
Who was that?
Tony and Morgan.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Less than 5 years? No.
Yeah. Like it's fun to like have all these like seasoned professionals like come around. We teased it a little bit, but today we're talking about a really exciting new product, our BundleUp Checking. So why don't you just kick us off and tell us a little bit about what is BundleUp Checking and why is it exciting?
Yeah. So when we were looking at our checking portfolio, we felt like we had a lot of really great products that serve our members in what they're expecting from a basic checking account. And we wanted to explore how can we bring more to our members and give them more value for their membership here. And that's where the BundleUp Checking account came in. So this checking account comes with a variety or bundle of benefits available to them. Yep. Bundle of benefits that are things like telehealth and roadside assistance and some local discounts. So just a variety of things that members may be using in other ways. And we were able to offer an account that has these benefits together at a very low cost of $7 a month, which generally is less than if someone went and got these services independently elsewhere. So bringing that value to our members through the checking account.
I feel like you covered so many things at once. However, with that said, like what is, you said like cell phone protection.
Yeah.
Like tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So if your cell phone bill is paid out of either the BundleUp Checking account or your Affinity Plus credit card, either one, you are covered for up to $600 twice a year on damage to your cell phone. So any phones on your plan, if they get broken or need a replacement or anything, there's that coverage or that reimbursement available to you.
And that's up to how much? Is it like my full phone?
Well, it depends on what phone you have, but it covers up to $600 per occurrence, and you get 2 occurrences per year. So up to $1,200 a year for independent 2 different occurrences.
Do I have to like pay a deductible for that?
There is a $50 deductible on it. Yes. Yep.
But that is separate maybe though from any like warranty or like other coverage I may have from like my cell phone provider.
Right.
Or a different credit card if it's being paid on that.
Yeah. And many warranty services out there have a much higher deductible. And so you can kind of double dip, if you will, and use that protection. And then this can help supplement that coverage as well.
Not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Phones are spendy.
Phones are very spendy. And it's something you can't really go without.
Right.
I mean, nowadays it's very hard to go without that lifeline.
Yeah. And one thing I think is really nice is that it covers up to 4 phones on that plan. So if you and your teenagers have phones, you don't know who's going to decide to drop their phone and break it. And so it kind of gives you that flexibility to cover all of them, not knowing who's actually going to need it.
Well, and we are entering lake season.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The phones and lakes. I hear about them. Knock on wood. Mine has not gone in yet.
Yeah. Same. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let's talk about some of the other exciting things that you told us about. So you said telehealth.
Yeah.
So talk about the telehealth benefit.
This is one that I feel like is probably the most valuable on the account, as health coverage can get very expensive. And even for those who have health insurance, the deductibles and the copays can get really expensive for those quick visits where you just know you might have a sickness going on and you just want to talk to a doctor. And so the telehealth is available and it's zero copay. It is an online, you can create an account and you get to talk to a doctor and get the service that you need without having any deductible or copay on that. And it also covers the account holder and it covers up to 6 dependents as well. So again, you can set up the accounts for children and spouses on that as well.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Like what a game saver if you're like sick at home and there is maybe a cost associated with like your primary healthcare insurance. You could utilize this function and potentially not have to leave.
Right.
But yeah, savings, big savings.
Well, and that's really exciting too, because I just think about like, I love my provider, but it's really hard to get into her sometimes. Right. And sometimes like, I know what I need, or I know I have specific questions or something like that. So to be able to have access to like a quick, easy type of appointment through a benefit like this is awesome.
Yeah. And I'll say too, in addition to the medical side, there is a therapy side to it as well. And we know having access or mental health is incredibly important to work through and be aware of. And so having professionals that you can schedule appointments for the therapy side of it as well is really helpful.
Absolutely. I'd like bringing awareness to just mental health. Accessibility to a mental health provider, such as a therapist, is something that can be challenging if you maybe do not have the coverage for that on your own.
Yeah.
I think is personally my favorite feature.
I would say it's a top one, but I have a different one.
Ooh, what's yours?
Personally? Well,
tell me.
Roadside assistance.
Love
that one. Yes.
The theme this year is Amber in her car. We're going to figure it out. It's fine.
We're going to figure it out.
I think the Roadside is really great. I know for me as I'm driving and I think if I break down on the side of the road and then I have to try to find a tow truck and I'm going to be looking it up on Google and all of that is overwhelming in addition to being sitting on the side of the road. And so Roadside Assistance gives you access. It's simply a number that you call and they can tap into a network of providers and find one that's going to be available the quickest to send out to support you with that. So just even having that service to find a provider to come help you is to me a big benefit.
I know I've heard from many an employee, just because this launched earlier in February. It was a little chilly.
Yes.
Batteries were maybe not the strongest because of the cold. Employees love this feature and have utilized it right away.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think it was an employee that you're right. Their car didn't start with the really cold temps up in Duluth. They were able to get Roadside out there, get a jump and get to work. Actually, they were trying to get to work that day. So worked out really well. Yeah.
So let's say I am an employee and I do have BundleUp Checking, but let's say I do need to use the Roadside Assistance or the telehealth or any of these examples. Am I going into like our Affinity Plus app and accessing these benefits, or how do I access them once I am a BundleUp Checking member?
Yes. So once you have the checking account, it's super easy. You log into either on the app or on in digital banking, and there's a tile when you get on there on your dashboard that says BundleUp Benefits. And once you click on that, you access all of the different benefits. So it's really seamless. You don't have to remember a separate site to log into. Just know, open your Affinity Plus app, log in, and you'll see the benefits right there.
Talk about ease of service. Totally ties into her role. She talked about it.
Yes,
making sure digital banking is aligned with how our members use the product.
I love it.
Don't even have to. If you're stuck on the side of the road, you just have to remember your login or use your Face ID to get into your app.
Exactly.
Biometrics.
Exactly. Big fan.
Yeah. I know. Except for when it doesn't work and I'm like, it's literally my face. Like, I don't know what else.
Mine works with sunglasses now. So I've worked really hard at making sure it knows me.
I'm like, it is my face. I don't know what more you want from me. Well, did we leave? I know we covered kind of a 3 different benefits in a little bit more detail. Did we leave anything out?
Yeah, I think one that is important to acknowledge on here is the identity theft services. So we know that fraud can be a really hard situation to deal with when it happens to you on your accounts. If you experience identity theft, that's a challenging situation to work through. And so there's a couple of services within here that help with that. First, there is the dark web monitoring. So you can sign up to find out if your information has possibly been compromised, and it might be available out on the dark web. You'll get notifications, and so that you can start working on addressing that right away. There's also a solicitation manager that allows you to opt out of a lot of junk mail, I will call it. And so you're not getting those offers that you don't necessarily want with your information in your mailbox. And so those are just really great services to help maybe avoid some of those identity situations. But the identity theft service as well is if you do experience that, where accounts are opened in your name that you were not aware of, there's resolution services to help you work through that. And there's up to $10,000 in coverage as well for that. So it gives you that peace of mind that if you do experience identity theft, there are services to help you through that.
I think with all of these, like the huge part, because I mean, you've rattled off a lot of numbers here, is you can always find out more information on our website and just read through all of the different disclosures and making sure like you understand it fully, because this is a brief overview.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do not have to remember any of this.
Yes. Always access to resources. Like our website has so much of it. And I know I pull it up all the time when working with members and turning my screen of like, it's right here. You don't you don't have to have us here to access this.
Exactly.
It's available to you wherever you are. I know the last feature maybe that we would like to discuss is probably my favorite because I love this. I love to travel. And so tell me about the travel and leisure discounts, if you will.
Yeah. So it's basically an access to a variety of both local and national deals, whether it's like travel deals, hotel deals, or like local businesses, restaurants, or cafes can be listed on there. There's also discounted movie tickets, which I know a lot of people love going to the movies, and you can get the discounted movie tickets. So it's a wide variety of businesses that offer these different discounts out there that you can search. And I encourage you, like when you are traveling, see what's in that area. You know, I know what's in my town, but then if I'm going to vacation in Florida, what's there that I might get to take advantage of as well?
Absolutely. I think like that's something that a lot of different sites advertise is like search while you're there because you might find a good deal.
Well, and I think that's a good point you make, because to be honest, at one point I was like, I don't even know how any of this works, but it's kind of a network, right? Like we partner with people to be able to make this network of these benefits, right? So it's not just local to the Twin Cities. It is wherever you are.
Yep. Wherever you go, I would say log in, take a look, and look for deals.
That's awesome. With anything fun, there are always details that we cannot forget to leave out. So are there details we need to know about in order to have this account, this great BundleUp Checking?
Yes, to have access to the benefits on this account, it is $7 per month. You do get the first month for free, so you can try the benefits, experience them. If you feel like they're not for you, you can switch back to our Simply Free checking account. And if you do like the benefits, you can continue on with that every month.
Awesome. And then is there any minimum balances?
Yes, at opening, there is a $20 minimum balance to open the account. However, at any point, you don't have to maintain that $20. You can go below that. It's just at account opening.
Okay, awesome. Well, as we just covered all the great benefits of the BundleUp Checking, our newest kind of product in our little suite of checking accounts, if you will. But let's go back and just kind of remind ourselves and ground ourselves in some of the other great accounts that we have available for our members.
So we have our 3 checking accounts, Marissa. So we just talked BundleUp Checking. We also have our Simply Free checking account and then also our spending account. Can you tell us maybe some quick highlights of the Simply Free and spending account?
Yeah. The Simply Free is exactly what it sounds like. Just an account that doesn't have, the extra benefits that you get in the Bundle Up, but there is no monthly subscription on it as well. And so truly just an account that you can use and have access to still many great banking benefits on that account as well. And then the spending account is an account that has a little bit more of the guardrails. We don't offer checks on that account. You can't necessarily pay bills out of that account because you don't have checks on it. But with that, you can't overdraft. You can't go negative on that account. So it's really a great account to offer to young kids as they're starting to get their first account, teenagers with their first account. It has those guardrails so that a parent can feel safe with the child having that account and not being able to go negative in it.
I think another option too is even anyone who really wants to adhere to a budget, and maybe it is more of like, I like to think of it like a debit card account. Yeah. It's you can put funds into your account, you can swipe your card, but kind of everything else is a little bit more limited. But you can have direct deposit coming in because funds coming in are good, but it is something where it is just important to still keep an eye on it, even though it does have some guardrails in place. We always have to monitor our accounts, and we get to do that through our online banking often.
Yep.
Maybe, 5-6 times a day. Like do other people do that or just me? Yes. I like to log in all the time. So
it really depends. I ebb and flow a little bit, I would say.
Same, but
sometimes I don't check it for maybe a week, and then other days it's like 3 times in a day, and I'm like,
I'm always like, did I pay that? I don't remember. And then like 3 hours later, I'm like, did I pay that? Because I forgot that I already checked it this morning, and how I get in there.
I'm sure my like login log is like pretty entertaining.
Yes,
I think for me, I have a account alert set up, which is something that's available on any of the accounts, and sometimes I'll get one of those account alerts and go, wait, what was that transaction? What did I buy? When did I spend this? And so then I'm logging in to tell me more about that transaction after I get that alert.
Well, and I think that's one thing that's available on all accounts. What are some other things that are available with all of our accounts?
Yeah. So one of my favorite benefits on the accounts is the Stash Your Cash. And that's an option to round up on debit card purchases. It rounds up to the nearest dollar and puts that change into your savings account. So it's really every time you're swiping that debit card, it gives you a chance to build up your savings account in addition to getting to use your debit card.
Savings account does not have to just be your membership savings. So it can be any account.
Any account, yes.
You just got to tell us which one.
Yeah.
Because I have 7 savings accounts.
Yes. Yep.
Amber's famous for her savings accounts.
Love my savings.
Yeah.
They're all labeled something different.
Great.
What are some other things? I know we have a lot of benefits here at Affinity Plus just in terms of having a membership with us.
Yeah. I think we already talked about the digital banking. For me, that's one of the best ways to be managing your accounts is logging in and looking at your account regularly to look at the transactions, see what's coming out, checking your balance. So access to that. Our debit cards, I'm not sure if everybody's aware that we print debit cards in the branch. And so if you misplace your debit card and you need a new one right away, being able to get that replacement and not having to wait for it to be mailed out is, I think, a really big benefit for the members.
So Marissa, you've shared a lot about all 3 of our checking accounts. How would a member pick which checking account is best for them?
Yeah, I would say the Bundle Up, if you're someone who wants that extra protection on your account, extra services available to you, and you see value in those, I think that's a great account. Again, having that low monthly subscription fee for access to all of those benefits is a really great option for you. The Simply Free checking, the great thing there's a no minimum balance and there's no monthly maintenance fees on that account. And so just that truly Simply Free account that you can access and utilize. And then the spending account, I think you kind of mentioned earlier too, it's a great one for someone who might want to have some guardrails, use it for budgeting.
Not have checks.
And not have checks, yeah. If you don't need to
some people really don't want checks anymore.
Exactly, yes. So just having that debit card on it and having the access to the spending is really seamless on that account.
Yeah, a lot of members that I've worked with have been like, this is my internet shopping account.
That's great.
And they really save it for something different. So how I label my savings accounts, some members label their checking accounts, and I'm like, that's a really good way to do it too.
Yeah.
Because then there's a card attached.
Right? Mm-hmm. See?
We learn from members every day.
We do. We do. One thing I wanted to bring up, which I think is kind of my favorite, we've talked about, I know we've highlighted the BundleUp Checking. It again is the newest kind of line item in the checking account lineup. But there is a piece to the BundleUp Checking that affects our great state of Minnesota. And so I wanted to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So a portion of the monthly subscription fee for every BundleUp account is donated to the Affinity Plus Foundation. And that goes to help support within our community through grants and scholarships. And yeah, just a lot of great impact that we can have by having this checking account.
Absolutely. I know being a foundation board member, it is awesome to see the early adoption from our members into this product because it really does make an impact in what we're able to do in our communities across the state.
Well, I love that for Minnesota and the foundation. So thank you for sharing, Marissa. As we kind of think about wrapping up our conversation today, what is one thing that if you're listening, this is the one takeaway?
I'm just proud to say that Affinity Plus has a lot of really great products to offer to our members. And I would just encourage you to either check out our website or come in and talk to one of our employees and find the account that is right for you based on where you're at in life right now.
Awesome. Well, thanks for putting that beautiful button on it. Well, we really appreciate you coming in and hanging out with Amber and I today and sharing all of your expertise from your almost 20 years of experience.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
For all things Affinity Plus, make sure you check out affinityplus.org. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll catch you on the next episode of A Plus U.